Welcome everyone. This is part 2 of me exposing or speaking on the Pharisees. If you have not seen part 1, go watch it where I establish exactly who the Pharisees are and what Yeshua or Jesus Christ said about them. In this video, I'm going to further expand on that. Now, if we go back into the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 14, it states, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour the houses of widows, and for pretense make a long prayer." Now, remember, this is something I established, I feel like, in every single one of my videos, but we are the house, the temple, the body of God, the building of God. The Spirit of God dwells within. So when it says widows' houses, what it's saying is the body of those who are separated from Christ. This is a parable. Remember, the Bible speaks in parables, and Yeshua or Jesus Christ also spoke in parables. So when he says they devour the houses of widows, he's saying that they destroy or eat or take advantage of the body or those who are separated from Christ, from the Spirit of Christ. Because remember, God is referred to as the Father. So if you are separated from that Spirit, you don't have the acknowledgement, you lack the understanding, you are a widow. And the Bible talks about widows multiple times. In fact, there's a verse in scripture within the Bible that talks about how God will destroy those that takes advantage of the widows and the fatherless. And within that verse in scripture, it also states, "And for pretense make prayer long." Pretense means you are trying to make something appear as something that it's not. Well, where do we see this going on? Exactly like I established in my first video, within the physical church buildings being done by these pastors and these preachers. They love to make these long drawn out prayers trying to appear holy and righteous, oftentimes repeating the same thing over and over. And what does the Bible tell us? It states, like I stated in my previous video, "Do not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on street corners, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have earned their reward." It also states in multiple verses and scriptures that a fool speaks a lot, but a wise man keeps his mouth shut or is silent. And Matthew chapter 6 verse 7 reaffirms this by stating, "And when you pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathen does, for they think in their much speaking that they shall be heard." And when you go to verse 15 of that Matthew chapter 23, it states, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, he is twofold more the child of hell than you." Now, proselyte means to convert or to have converted someone from one belief, opinion, or religion to another. We see this all the time within the world. You have all of these religious leaders who go way out of their way to try to convert someone over to Christianity and make them change their beliefs and come to their church. And after they have done that, they indoctrinate them with this nonsense that's the complete opposite of what the word is actually telling them. And it makes that person that they've just converted even worse than they are by adding to the religious indoctrination, which is completely contrary to what the word says. Now, a verse in scripture that someone might bring up to try and debunk me is Matthew chapter 23 verse 3, in which Yeshua or Jesus Christ stated, "When you observe them, do as they say, but not as they do, because they say and do not." Why is this? Because the word literally tells us these people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far away from me. "But in vain do they worship me, teaching the doctrines, the commandments of men." This is what the Pharisees are doing. They're creating this false doctrine created by man that does not align with scripture, and it's done by taking the scripture and twisting it out of context with a carnal mind. It also states, "Be doers of the word and not just hearers, otherwise ye deceive yourself." There's also the verse in scripture that states, this is something that Yeshua or Jesus Christ stated. He said, "Hearing but they don't hear, and seeing but they don't see." And he said to the disciples after they asked, why does he speak in parables? So the Pharisees may know scripture very well, but they actually do not understand what it's saying, and they're leading people astray with what they are trying to impose. And that is why they don't even do the things that they say. So that's why it says, do as they say, but not as they do. So the scripture itself, as long as they read it correctly, is correct. It's just that they lack the understanding of it. So it's telling you to do what the scripture says, but don't do as they do, because they themselves don't even do it. But you see, the world needs these religious leaders, because what better way to deceive people than to indoctrinate them, to lie to them, to lead them astray with something and people who are propped up as being holy and righteous. If someone tells you they're a bad person, if someone tells you they're toxic, if someone tells you they're going to unalive you or do whatever to you, why would you continue to hang around them? They've already shown you their red flags. No, you have, for someone to fool you, they have to first appear like they're good. That's why in the first video I established the scriptures that talk about Satan appearing as an angel of light, and the Pharisees making clean the outside of the cup and platter, but inwardly being full of extortion and excess. So the main point of this video is stop waiting for people to spoon feed you the information. The Bible literally tells us, study to show thyself approved. And it also tells us, seek and you will find, knock and it will be answered. You have to be seeking, searching, and trying to find for yourself within yourself. And just like it says within the word, the Bible speaks in parables. These are analogies. This is symbolism. It's speaking in code. If you are taking the Bible literally, then you are lost. You are led astray. You are carnally minded. You are physically minded. So stop relying on someone to spoon feed you the information and actually try to understand or understand what the word is telling you.